All right, Kenny, thanks. Well, we do know this, that the Giants, with their win tonight, have kept their season alive, and that means the Dodgers and Nationals play tomorrow at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on a tight turnaround. What a night. In just over 5 hours, the Giants survive. For more post-game coverage, Kevin Burkhardt and the guys in our Los Angeles studios. KB, take it away.
All right, Matt, thanks very much. Just think, it's almost midnight West Coast time. Dodgers and Nationals don't even know who they're pitching in a couple hours. I mean, it's just one of those days. That's what we got for you right here. Frank Thomas, Pete Rose, Alex Rodriguez, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And the Giants, you just can't kill them, man. The last 9 elimination games, now it's 10 elimination games they've won in a row. You just can't put the stake in them. They won't die. And this was fascinating on a lot of levels. But, you know, Frank, I got to go back to bringing Chapman in the game. This is a long time ago, I know. But in the 8th inning, Joe Maddon made the call to go to him and get a 6-out save. And we all didn't love it at the time. What'd you think of that?
We didn't love it, but I know Joe Maddon had in mind that he wanted to bury the Giants tonight.
Right.
Not give them any momentum, give them a chance to come back and win this ball game. But Chapman has not excelled pitching 6-out saves, 5-out saves, or 4-out saves. He's a 9th inning guy. He's been very, very great at it. I just didn't understand up 2-0 why you put pressure on Chapman to come in and close out with 6 outs.
You like it, Pete, at the
No,
time?
not at all. I mean, he's not a 6-out save guy. I mean, he didn't do it in Cincinnati, didn't do it with the Yankees, and he's not going to do it here. So I don't know what, you know, but Joe Maddon, I guess he knows what he's doing, but we saw some anemic offenses there.
You know, Pete, I played with Chapman this year, and I learned several things. He's only tried the 6-out save only twice in his entire career. But one of the things I learned about playing with him and having a lot of conversation, he's a routine guy. And you want to really keep him in a circle of confidence and comfort. And I don't think 6 outs is that. But one thing he proves, Kevin, is he's able to come back and bounce back nicely.
Yeah. Now, again, the situation, this happened so long ago. If you're still up or if you missed this point of the game, 8th inning, Giants put 3 on the board. They had Rondon in there who issued a walk. And then they yanked him, bring in Chapman, try to get a 6-out save. And with that, let's bring in Dontrelle Willis. He's in the pitching cube right now. D-Train, we were watching this in the other room. So Chapman comes in. He fans Hunter Pence in the high heat. But it's Gillespie, the guy that somehow hit a 3-run home run off Juris Familia and that heat in the Mets in the wild card game, and he comes through with a big triple. How did he do it?
Well, he wasn't overmatched. He didn't feel like he was overmatched. He stayed within himself, and he gave him a short swing. It was almost identical to the swing that he put on Familia to be able to hit the ball out of the ballpark. And I tell you what, man, that first pass at that fastball, never seeing Aroldis Chapman, that impressed me more than anything else, because usually somebody in that situation wants to take a pitch just to gauge the velocity, if you will. But he felt like he saw him well, took a good swing at the first one, and the second swing was exactly the same one. He just got on top of the ball, and he just let Chapman kind of supply the power. So that's exactly what happened. So hats off to him to be able to beat one of the best closers in all of baseball.
All right, Dontrelle, you know, Pete, you're right. The offenses both didn't look good, and you know, but the Giants kind of grinded here, you know,
They
right?
do. They're a grinding team.
They are. And let's face it, that, you know, when Arrieta hit that home run, it felt like it was a 10-run game, but it just kind of stayed at 3, and then they kept grinding away. And then how about Joe Panik in a situation where normally you'd think it's a bunt there in the 13th inning to move Crawford over, swings away, and he ends up winning the game?
Yeah, I mean, Pete and I were talking about it, Kevin. For me, left on left is you should bunt the ball. You're at home. You're looking for 1 run. But again, that's why Bruce Bochy has 3 world championships.
Well, I guess he knows what his players can do and what they can't do, and I guess he expected Joe just to pull the ball, just get him over to third somehow. Without bunting, maybe he could get a base hit, and he did. He hit the ball real good.
Well, Montgomery was in for quite a few innings there. So the Cubs are running out of options in the bullpen. Panik and Crawford, 2 big hits right there to win the ball game. These guys never die. They're 10-0 their last 10 elimination games. Watch out tomorrow, Cubs, because it's number 11.
You know, can you take momentum?
It's true.
Can you take momentum in, I know baseball, it's always the starting pitcher, right? But with this, when you're just about dead and the series is almost a sweep and you come back to life and you win an extra innings and you're playing relatively soon, is there momentum to be carried over for the Giants?
You know, Pete mentioned before the game that they were on vacation. I don't know if it was Los Cabos or Bahamas, but when you play the San Francisco Giants, you better not take a nap. And I'll tell you one thing. You looked at Madison Bumgarner there late in the game, and there's nothing more that he would like to have one more crack at the Chicago Cubs, and nothing can neutralize home field advantage for Game 5 with Mr. Bumgarner sitting in the bullpen.
I thought the Giants had momentum until Brian hit the home run.
Okay.
And now I think they got it back because of the way they won the game at the end of the game, not their star players producing. That always creates momentum when the bottom of your order can get the run that wins the game for you. So I think the Giants will play good tomorrow night. And Lackey's beatable, I believe. What do you think, Alex? Is he beatable?
Absolutely. I mean, look, John Lackey is one of the big-time October proven world champion. I do like Matt Moore. I faced him quite a bit. He's been pitching really well, and it's going to be quite a battle.
Frank, pregame show, you said player to watch, Buster Posey. He's a guy that's got to get it going. He got it going. And not only did he have a few hits, but he hit the ball hard all night long. Moments ago, catching up on the field with Ken Rosenthal.
Buster, you've been a part of so many memorable games with the Giants. You've won World Series, done all kinds of things. What was it like playing in this one?
This one's up there for sure. I mean, the way they scored early, for us to keep on pushing and get back in the game. Connor Gillespie come up with a huge hit there off of Chapman. Arguably, it's got to be one of the toughest left-on-left at-bats in the game, if not the toughest. And huge hit. And then our bullpen did a great job keeping it, once they tied it, keeping the score the same. And then Craw and Joey with a big hit.
You guys had some deflating moments in this game. Madison's start, Sergio giving up the home run. How do you guys hang in there?
Sorry.
I was asking, with the deflating things that happened in this game, from Madison's start to the Romo giving up the home run to Chris, how do you guys just hang in there and stay positive?
You don't have any choice. I mean, especially in a game like this, obviously it's you can't put your head down. You got to go out there and try to get it done, and fortunately we're able to do that.
Did you think you had won it in the ninth with that drive to right?
Man, I thought it was down. I didn't know if it had won it or not, but those balls off the bat a lot of times do get down, so it was a heck of a play by him out there.
Hey, last question. You were part of the same draft class as Connor.
Yeah.
You know he's had some ups and downs. What is it like for you to see a teammate like that endure and succeed?
Well, I mean, I think the coolest thing for me is he's a nice guy. A nice family, and works his tail off. And, that's what it's about. I think that's what people love about sports is somebody who does have some struggles but keeps on pushing. People can find inspiration in that, and pretty cool moment. A couple of cool moments for him already.
Buster, thanks very much. See you tomorrow. Back to you.
Kenny, thanks. Buster, thanks. Frank called him in the pregame, said this is the guy that's got to step up. He did. He had 3 hits and almost won the game in the ninth, but Almora made that great play. How about Chapman? Coming in the 8th, going for the 6-out save. Joe Madden asked that question at the podium.
Joe, in the 8th inning, obviously you didn't want Rondon to walk the first guy, but when you put him in, were you thinking that Chapman would maybe be a 6-out save night for him?
Well, I was hoping not. Woody pitched against Belt. I liked that. He gets a base hit. And then Ronnie on Posey was a better matchup based on what's been going on lately with Chapman versus Posey. So I like that, too. Now, had he gotten Posey out, I would have let him pitch to Pence right there. But there was a threat for a bunt. There's all kinds of things they could have done there. And I know it's hard to bunt 100 miles an hour. So let's just bring him in right there, give him a little wiggle room. He gets to strike out, and then you kind of feel okay about things. And give Gillespie credit, man. He did it a couple of days ago. He got an elevated fastball and hit it to the far part of the ballpark. I think it surprised a lot of people. That's just a good at-bat on his part, and then followed by a Crawford hit. So I did not want to have to do that, but I felt we had to do it under the circumstances.
Next question over here to the left again.
Joe, a lot of times a game like this can be a punch in the gut, but you guys have been pretty resilient all year. What's the feeling like, and you pretty confident that you guys will be able to shake this thing off?
Good baseball game. That's my takeaway. I think that both sides should be somewhat exhilarated. Obviously, they win, so they're going to feel a bit better about it, but there's nothing on our side to be ashamed of. I was really proud of our kids, man. How about Montgomery at the end there? We're down to CJ in the bullpen, and he's not thrown that many pitches in an outing this year, so I did not want to have to put him in a 3 or 4 inning potential situation. Plus, they had all these lefties, so I felt good about Monty going as far as he possibly could. If we had caught the lead, then I was definitely going to flip it over to CJ at that point. But up and down, everybody got to play pretty much. Tommy didn't get in the lineup today, and CJ didn't play. Otherwise, pretty complete effort on our part. And I loved our way. I thought we played it hard, we played it right, and they beat us.
Well, I mean, you look at the Cubs bullpen, and they have been great, you know, for the most part. I mean, you look at the first 2 games, fantastic tonight, fantastic until Chapman came up and gave it up. And Montgomery was great. I mean, I don't think you could ask for anything more. He gave you the 4 innings was great, and you heard Joe talk about why he pushed him out there to go even deeper than that. So a couple things. First of all, Giants offense. Is it enough, Frank? I mean, you know, it was sluggish for a lot of the day, but is it enough to get them going with Posey with 3 hits, with Panic with 3 hits? Did you see enough to get a little groove for them now?
You never know. This team is full of character. They've been here. They've done that. They've won rings. Bruce Bochy. There's no quitting Bruce Bochy. He knows his guys. But I still like this Cubs team. They're a very good ball club. They've been very resilient all year. I think they come with a great effort tomorrow night. I do still like this team to win the series. I don't know if it's 4 or if it's 5, but I still like the Cubs to win the series.
I don't see how Bryant ever gets a hit with Rizzo coming up right now.
What's happening with Rizzo
Rizzo's
right now?
0 for 6 tonight. He don't have a hit in the playoffs.
He's 0 for 13 in the series.
I mean, so why are you pitching to Bryant? And another thing about Chapman. Okay, we all know he's probably the best left-hand reliever in baseball, correct? Is it safe to say that?
Yeah, I think it's safe. For me, the best
okay.
reliever in the game is
But he hasn't
Miller.
been on this stage before, Kevin. He's never been on this stage of trying to save a game to go to the National League Championship Series. Right. So, you know, we watched him in Cincinnati. He was great. New York, he was okay. He was great there. In Chicago, he's been great. But, you know, when you put a guy in this situation, you're not going to get by with just a fastball, not at the big league level. I mean, those guys hit fastballs. And he even said it, Gillespie's one of the best fastball hitters he's ever seen when he was over with the White Sox. Yes. What did he do? Hit the ball 415 feet.
Yeah, he really did. You know, Rizzo, are we worried about the Cub offense? Now, Bryant, look, the heroics with the home run. Bryant's hit the ball. But they've got 6 RBIs from their pitchers, and they've got 5 RBIs from everybody else in this series. So, I mean, is it getting – it's only 3 games, I get it, but is it getting to the point where you're a little concerned about their offense? They were such a good team during the regular season.
You know, I don't think so, Kevin. I mean, you've seen signs of a few guys stepping up. You like to see Rizzo check in with a base hit or maybe an extra base hit. Bryant's been great, but you like to see contributions up and down the lineup. In October is a little bit different game, and, yeah, I don't see.
Couldn't you watch that game tonight, Kevin, understand that the Cub hitters have problems with breaking balls?
Yeah.
I mean, they hit 190 against breaking balls, curveballs and sliders this year, Frank. And we saw it tonight. How many scouting reports? Bad swing and misses at balls that's not even close to the strike zone.
You know who throws a lot of breaking balls? Matt Moore, who pitches tomorrow for the Giants.
He's going to have a shot.
Well, the Cub hitters, they do look like they're pressing a little bit. They got to relax and realize they were up 2-0 tonight. They shouldn't have been pressing. They should have really put in their mindset, this is our game to win. And tonight, they kind of, it looked like they kind of felt that the Giants were at home and they could, you know, be in some trouble. Chris Bryant came through, probably will be the MVP this year. He's got to drive the bus right now. Rizzo's got to stop pressing. He's too good of a hitter all over the field to be looking to pull balls right now.
Yeah.
He's trying to pull everything right now.
I think that